stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval of agenda.
Move to approve.
Do I hear a second?
Support.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Review minutes and approve. They look good to me.
I move we approve minutes for both meetings, regular May 28th and the special meeting on June 24th, or June 4th, not 20th.
Support.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Accounts payable dated June 11th, regular $420,287.99, EFTs $81,914. 89.
And move we approve the bills.
Support.
You want to kind of check them over?
Somebody's phone's vibrating. Not mine.
Look at mine. You must be desperate.
Must be. Price of coin went up, he wants a new bin.
It's actually my rent for grain bins. This one, the Village of Camden, their water and sewer, $123 a month. Ours for Pittsburgh sewer is $84 for a quart. And we don't use much water all over there. I can't imagine the people of Camden put up with that.
And see, we have, I think it's probably the first billing from the people that are doing the roadside mowing. Everything, everywhere I go, they're doing a good job.
They're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
I even had comments from the townships how good a job they're doing. Have you seen them mow?
Yeah,
They mow fast.
Oh, yeah.
they got Kuhn,
They said that machine's made to go 14 miles an hour.
they got Kuhn disc mowers,
Yeah.
and they do break away when they hit something. But those are good mowers.
Well, yeah, we've heard good about all of it.
They're well worth the money.
I agree.
Where we have graffiti at.
On M49, it was on a bridge and on some guardrail.
Local artists, or
I think so.
maybe you think they came in from somewhere else?
No, I'm sure they were local. I don't think it was artsy graffiti. I think it was vulgar graffiti.
Yeah, probably.
Did you tell them about we're covering half of Branch County for emergencies?
I have not told them yet, but yes.
R.W. Mercer fuel system fault repair, isn't that a new fuel system? What's going on there?
That could have to do with the, they still were fixing things. They had to get an antenna. They've been waiting and waiting on parts, so it could be something related to that.
Because there's a $500 bill and $269.
Yeah.
Because
They're still doing work on it, I know, from our Tuesday meetings.
but again, it's called a repair, and if they're putting in a new fuel system, why do we have a repair already?
That's a good question. It's valid.
Then I guess I want to know why.
Mm-hmm.
Refresh my memory, we're paying the state $36,000 on the territory road bridges because, is that our share or something?
We got this bill a month or two ago, and we've held on to it because we've reached out to Manick and Smith, and we reached out to Charlie Briner, our engineer, to find out what this would be for, and is this our last bill? Because we closed this job, I believe, back in 24. I think it was July of 24, maybe we closed it out. And Charlie said it was probably just closeout fees, the last of what we owed. And I reached out to Susan Tebby or Teb or something like that from Mannequin Smith, who was our main contact, and she had not responded yet. So Katie's take on it was, let's just get it paid. We can get reimbursed from the state if it's something that we didn't need to pay. But we'd already held on to it to where it was almost gonna be past due, so that's why we paid it. We think it's just the last bill, it was the closeout for the bridge. Part of our,
My take would be, you know, if the state of Michigan is dragging their feet and giving us an explanation, the best way to get their attention is to not pay the
To not
bill.
pay.
oh, I know,
I would have paid it.
right.
Especially if we didn't, especially if it was closed and we thought we were done. The
Right.
state should have sent documentation as to what it was and why I'm paying it.
Well, when I say close, I mean like the part that I take care of, where we send a final pay estimate that's $0, that's not necessarily when the last payment is made. That's just, it's officially closed out through MDOT's federally process. But then I think there's final billings that take place after that, subcontractors that get paid, and then we pay our non-participatory fees as well after that. So, and I know that there was guardrail done after the job was closed, so that could be a portion of it. But I'm hoping to get an answer from the lady from Mannequin Smith to spell out, and I'll definitely be bringing it to you guys or telling Bob about it so that he can update you on what it actually is for.
So this check has probably already been written, correct?
It was already written and we had it in the safe for probably the last month holding on to it,
Okay.
and it's already been sent out now.
Mailed now.
Yes.
Well, I guess in the future, my position would be when you're dealing with the state of Michigan.
Hold it till you get an explanation.
Exactly. And I'll just tell this little story as an illustration of that. It's only been 25 years ago. The state was billing our medical care facility an astronomical amount of money. And if they told us that if we didn't pay that, they were gonna withhold our state revenue sharing from us. Well, the amount that they were billing us was better than twice the amount of money that our state revenue sharing would be. So here am I, a numbers guy, I said, well, this is easy. We're not gonna pay their stupid bill. And if they withhold our revenue sharing, that's fine, because the amount that they're expecting us to pay is twice what we are getting in revenue sharing. And so we didn't do that, and that went on for a year and a half. And finally, we got the attention of State Senator Nick Smith, and we got some legislation that resolved the problem. But if I wouldn't have done that, I don't know if we would have ever gotten the issue solved. So, yeah, when you're dealing with the state, I'm with Kathy.
If I don't know what I'm paying for, I won't send a check,
Exactly.
but that's just me.
No, I agree, I would do the same thing with Michigan State University.
Everybody ready to vote? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried.
I got a pen now.
Yay.
I got one. Yeah, so. Yeah,
How do you lose a cat?
here's,
Pardon?
How do you lose a cat?
How do I lose a cat?
Yeah, Michigan State University lost its cat from,
they what?
but they sent me a bill.
For losing the cat?
Well, maybe a student stole it, took it home for a pet.
It was dead.
Oh, that might be a
I
while.
was supposed to do a post-op on it. Or not a post-op, an autopsy on it.
Payroll dated June 4th, regular, $138,547.46.
Move to approve.
Support.
Any discussion? If not, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion Oh, we got that. You got 2 minutes to read the treasurer's report.
Okay. Beginning cash and investment balance is $3,059,882.13. The total receipts, $906,330.97. Total disbursements, $640,750.34. The ending available fund balance, CD reserved for 2 trucks is $707,831.28. Ending available fund balance, $2,617,631.48. And our outstanding accounts payable is a credit of $509.85.
Any questions? If not, stand as presented. Thank you. Now. We have 10, 15 minutes.
Proposals, did you still need to check to see if that 10-15, do you need to check to see if anyone wants them?
One time.
I mean, not personally, but
Yes, yes.
I think Raymond's are current.
Yeah.
We only had 2 bids.
These were opened at the last meeting?
Their proposals.
Oh, they're proposed.
We didn't have one from Raymond at the last meeting.
Well, that's not at the last meeting, you only had one,
Yeah.
and then you guys didn't act on it, and so I didn't
Well,
understand.
Gary asked that they contact Raymond,
Oh,
because they
Raymond
hadn't
had
put in
a bid,
a bid,
Didn't put it out.
okay.
if my memory serves me correctly.
Right.
But I am getting older.
Is
Okay.
Banner,
Go for it.
What was your question?
is Manor, are they on, where are they on them? Are they on?
Alright, I've got some information here. So I believe Lansing.
Lansing. And Raymond's out of Lansing or Jackson?
Jackson. So, Raymond's, you guys have the bid tab in front of you, but I'll just go over it for public, I guess, information. Raymond's total cost is $69,000. The 2026 cost is $22,000. The 2027 cost is $23,000. The 2028 cost is $24,000, and the total is $69,000. The single audit cost, if necessary, and Katie told me that we don't ever utilize this, but it's $7,500 per single audit if we were to use them for that. The Maynard Costerison, however you pronounce that, their 2026 cost was $19,750. 2027 cost is $20,750. 2028 cost is $21,750, and their total is $62,250. Their single audit cost is $5,500. The overall difference is $6,750, and it's Bob and Katie's recommendation that the board approve Raymond for the audit, because we've used them for several years. The staff's comfortable with their expectations, and it's an efficient and productive process. But it is up to you guys to go with whoever you wish, but their recommendation is Raymond.
We've had them a long time.
Yes.
Does Manor do any road commissions? Do you know?
Yes.
Which counties, do you know, do they tell us?
Lenawee County Road Commission, Sanilac County Road Commission, Huron County Road Commission, Oceana County Road Commission, and Mackinac County Road Commission are all their references. So, it says Lenawee County, fiscal years audited December 31st of 2017 to 2024. Sanilac is 2003 to 2024. Huron is 2023 to 2024. Oceana is 2003 to 2024, and Mackinac is 2022 to 2024.
Those are older.
So beyond that, they weren't doing those road commissions?
I would assume so, because that's just on their references, and they said the fiscal year's audited, so I would assume what this means is 2017 to 2024, they audited Lenawee County, or they were their auditor. Sanilac's was from 2003 to 2024. Huron's was 2023 to 2024.
So they're not-
Oceana's 2003 to 2024. And Mackinac was just 2022 to 2024. That's just what they listed in their
Yeah, that
references.
seems funny. That you
Older.
you go back on ours, it's many, many years.
If you're in Raymond,
Yes.
it's a little bitty number, you can't hardly read it.
So they've got, Raymond's, they do 30 plus counties. And I can't say that this other one, that they don't do more counties than what they listed. I'm just reading what they listed. But here they have 30 plus counties, 80 plus cities, villages and townships, 100 plus school districts, 560 plus not-for-profits, 30 plus colleges and universities, 180 plus other government entities. Their references are Branch County. They've had them since 1999. St. Joe since 2017. Monroe since 2024. Calhoun since 2019. That's what their references sheet says. They only included 4, but they say they do 30 plus counties. And it does say they've done 340 clients in the public sector in the last 3 years.
A lot of clients.
$6,500, $6,500.
$6,750 to be exact.
Correct.
But if you have an audit that goes south,
Say that again?
if you have an audit that goes south, you're probably gonna be happy you spent the difference.
Well, my concern is not necessarily about, how the audit comes out, but if if they have a different approach and it takes our girls longer to compile the information, or they want things in a different way, we could exceed that $6,750 in time finding stuff out. But
Well, the flip side of changing is that you have different eyes looking at things and different approach. I mean, there is conversation out there about switching auditing firms so that that you do have new set of eyes on things. Now, I'm not saying that's absolutely necessary. My concern is if the bid proposals were sent out, why did we have to contact Raymond to give us one instead of it being here? That seemed strange to me.
If they've been doing their business all along.
Yeah, that just, again, seemed strange. What are we currently paying for the audit?
I don't have that answer.
And the single audit's only necessary if you get above a certain threshold of federal monies.
Yes.
And that single audit is part of the audit process, it's not done, it's an independent report, but it's done all at the same time. And it's done annually, not on a different time frame or anything, so. And we also don't know how long Raymond's been doing it.
For a long time.
Yeah, a long time, I don't know if they have it in here.
Well, I remember when the local fund did it, so. But that's been a while. I don't know if Raymond's done it since then.
I move we, award the audit bid to Raymond.
We got support.
I'll support it.
More discussion?
I would just say this. I realize that, the total cost is a little more money. The first year, the difference is $2,250. From my experience, changing auditors can create, especially in that initial year, a lot more work for your internal staff than if you stay with the firm you've been with and that your staff is used to working with. So that's what leads me to make this motion.
Anybody else? If not, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Or you hear the other guy?
You gotta bring up the no.
Then I gotta vote.
What are you
Okay.
gonna do?
Anyone against, signify by saying aye.
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 I'm gonna go with Raymond. We've had it so long that I hate to screw up the vote.
I never,
Do you know that's the first time I ever broke a tie?
no, here, a while ago you did. I can't remember what it was,
I
but
did.
you did have to vote
I
to
hate
break
it.
it down.
It's about time he earns his pay.
That's why I get paid the big
Nice.
bucks.
About time he gets to vote. Now, I guess my reasoning was not just the money, but once in a while, I think you need another set of eyes up there.
Public comment, Doug, you got anything?
No new news.
No new news, okay.
That's good news.
All right, manager's comment.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with, Bob would like you to, approve who's gonna build our pickup trucks. So I'm gonna give you some information here. We had, bids from Tri-State Equipment. They're out of Jonesville. Their bid includes everything, including the plows. And if you are wondering what everything means, it's, I don't understand what some of this stuff is, maybe y'all will. Headache rack, crossover toolbox, diamond tread aluminum crossover tee, LED lights, light brackets, strobes, flood LED light bars, mini light bars, seat covers, fitted floor mats, shop supplies, labor, and the plow, okay? So when I say everything, that's gonna be the same for all of these. Everything, including the plow,
It's a package.
yes, $14,399.94 per truck. We have 2 pickups, okay? The other bid, or we have a couple of them, but Truck and Trailer Specialties out of Howell. This includes everything, including the plow, $18,450 each truck. Performance Automotive Northwest out of Jackson. This includes everything except the plow. Approximate cost of the plow is $10,000, give or take, okay, just the plow. So their bid was $9,395.13 per truck. So you add that 10,000-ish to it, you're gonna be around 19,000-ish. So Bob would entertain you guys or recommend that you approve Tri-State Equipment to outfit our pickups for the $14,390
I've heard good things about them.
Okay,
for each.
question I have, are they all the same make plow?
Yes,
Okay,
they are. They are the
Boss plow.
cold front technology made by Boss.
Yep.
Question, at the last meeting, did you approve to buy more pickups or something?
No, 2 meetings ago.
Yeah, this was a few meetings ago.
Well, I thought the 2 pickups that we bought were like 2014s, they weren't
Those are-
already.
No, those are
were
dump
one
trucks
tons.
or 1 tons.
Those are,
one
okay.
ton.
Those were 1 tons.
We're
Okay.
we ordered, plow trucks, 2, right?
Right,
Yep.
And then we ordered 2 pickups.
you ordered the 2 pickups.
Yes.
And we ended up going with,
GMCs, I
we ended up with GMC. Okay,
Yes.
yes, thank you for bringing me, yep, okay, all right, I'm back up to speed now, thank you.
I
Well,
would
guess-
move we go with Tri-State Equipment.
I'll support.
Gotta get in there first.
Sounds like I might not have to break a tie.
Nope.
No, you won't have to break a tie on this one. Oh, you won't have to break a tie on this one.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same.
All
Okay, any old business?
I'm
Oh, you're still
done.
going?
I'm
Oh,
still
yeah.
going.
She just get told.
You got a lot more stuff.
I guess I got
A bunch
told.
of stuff. The 2026 CRASIP Board of Trustee elections are up.
You go vote for it.
Okay, CRASIP will need to fill 2 3-year terms from Southern Michigan Road Commission's region. The candidates are Tom Doty, who's an incumbent, Beth Hunt, who is an incumbent, and Larita Humphrey, which is a new candidate. We have to pick 2 of those. So if you just trust Bob to pick
Yeah,
them,
I don't
that's
know
fine.
any of them.
Okay.
I know Beth Hunt. Beth Hunt
Yep.
is from Lenawee County. She's their finance person.
Right.
She's a great gal.
Mhm.
Yeah. I would vote for her in a heartbeat.
Okay.
I think you just did.
You just did.
Do you have a preference on the other one? There's a Tom Doty who's incumbent, and then a Larita Humphrey.
What counties are they from? Does it tell us?
Yes, I believe so.
Beth is
Tom
an
Doty.
incumbent, yes.
Yeah.
I am currently in my 17th year as a commissioner and current chairman of the Mackinac County Road Commission. Okay? And then I met this Larita Humphrey, and she is from Muskegon County. She's their director of finance and HR, and she is suspected to be their new manager when their manager retires. So, either one.
I think I'd go with her.
Perfect. If that's, are you guys all good with that?
I kinda like the guy in Mackinac County myself.
Well, I don't
But
care.
it
What
makes
y'all
no
think?
difference to
Either
me.
one will be fine.
Okay.
It makes no difference to me.
Alright, the next one is the 2026 McCryssup Board of Directors election. McCryssup will need to fill one-year term for the Southern Region and one 3-year term for the at-large. The Southern Region candidates are Deb Kestner, who is an incumbent, and Ronald Kendall. And then the at-large candidate, there's only one, he's the incumbent, and his name is Brett Laughlin. So do you have a preference on the Southern Region person?
Again, where are they from, you know?
Let's see. Deb Kestner is from Saginaw County Road Commission. Ronald Kendall is from Eaton County Road Commission. And Deb from Saginaw is the incumbent.
Well, I'd go with the guy from Eden.
Okay? Everybody good with that?
And my reasoning is, the bigger the county, the less, I think they will represent counties like Hillsdale.
Well, I have drove on Saginaw County roads and
Okay.
Leave a lot to be desired.
All right, and then the other part of my update before I get to my normal update. We talked about this just a little bit, I think, prior to the meeting, but with the death of Casey Rice over at Branch County Road Commission, we have volunteered to cover their emergency response. We'll be covering the east half of the county, but we've also told them if they need anything, it doesn't matter if it's in the east half or the west half, we'll step up and our people will help. And then we've been asked by the TSC to mow US 12 from our county to Coldwater, because it sounds like that was possibly part of his route. So we're gonna be taking over that for the foreseeable future, just mowing that this summer until they can get things squared away. Okay, so back to my update. We're still awaiting township contracts for a few culverts. We've done the township contracts, but we have not heard anything back from the township, so we're assuming that they don't want to do them or they don't have the funds to do them. But that's the Buckeye Road west of Trip Road culvert, the Day Road east of Kelso culvert, and the Tamarack Road east of M99 culvert. Those are ones that the townships have not responded with, that they want to do them.
Can I just ask a question?
Yep.
So when this new money ever starts to flow, the amount that is earmarked for townships, let's take Ransom, prime example,
Yes.
that Tamarack Road thing.
Mhm.
Could we use their portion of that?
Potentially, yes.
They don't have a portion.
Pardon?
That money's, Ransom Township doesn't have a portion of the new monies per se.
Yes.
It's a lump sum figure that we have to, as a road
Yes.
commission, determine how to spend.
Yes.
And I've been advocating for this, and I still haven't heard of a plan. And I understand culverts are important, but I don't know, personally, I don't know what this road is. I don't know if it's an important road, or it's one person lives on this road and it affects one person. So those are the kind of information I'd like to know before I start saying, yeah, I wanna use that money for the township share to replace a culvert. You see what I'm saying?
Right. It
Have I
could
articulated it
potentially,
correctly?
yes. The answer is yes, but it's the neighborhood road funds is what he's talking about, where we'll have a small percentage that, depending on how we choose collectively to distribute that, it could be based on mileage, it could be based on mileage and population, it could be based on just dividing everything equally between 18 townships. If you divided it equally between 18 townships, it would come out to, if we get the exact amount of dollars that they're saying we're going to get, it would be $40,000 per township if we just did it equal. I don't think equal is fair, because a lot of townships have different amounts of mileage, and I feel like it should have something to do with the mileage. But that's to be determined. We're gonna have to get around the table and discuss how we're gonna do it, but culvert matches could definitely be part of that.
Well, I hate to be an old stick in the mud, but I'd like to see how much money we actually are gonna get.
Absolutely, for sure.
And when we're gonna get it.
That's
Right.
correct.
Right.
We've been told October, we've been told the whole fund from the marijuana tax supposed to be 460-some million. But I heard Senator Bellino talk on it, that a lot of the people are going to Ohio and buying their marijuana because they don't wanna pay the 24%. So,
Yeah.
we might not get 460 million to divide up among MDOT and us.
Do you have an update, Bob, from Wheatland Township on the Somerset Road structure? Were you able to say anything at the meeting,
They're not gonna,
pursue it?
pursue it, I don't think.
Okay.
They didn't give me a direct answer.
Okay.
They just kinda shook their head.
So Bob was going to their meeting, so I just sent him the contract or whatever that I had submitted to them, or maybe not the contract, but the email that, we had a consultant go out and look at it to inspect the abutments to see if we could just do a superstructure replacement. We can't, that's not an option. We got a couple different quotes from Cren Bridge for timber bridges, one being a smaller span, 16-foot, that we got approved from Eagle that we could do that small, or to upgrade it to a 22-foot span. And it was literally within $20,000, I think, difference between the two.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, between the two bridges, but
Yeah.
you still have all the other labor and materials built into it, so it still was gonna be around $350,000.
But we're still, if we
Total
go
cost.
to the bigger one, critical bridge involved.
And that's what we would recommend to the
Yes.
township, because then it's covered under critical bridge funding for the future, and it takes a lot of, burden from the township, because then they'll only have to come up with potentially 2.5% as opposed to a 50% match
Yeah.
that the cost share policy is now.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right. And especially if you're only talking $20,000 total, that it's, the differences. So it sounds like it's a new point, they're not interested in doing it, so it'll just remain closed until the township pursues an abandonment, I guess. And then we give it back to the property owners.
Or another option is, maybe we have a change of leadership at the township board.
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah,
my understanding
Yeah.
is the number one issue is the supervisor. He's dead set against doing it.
So it's not that they don't have the money?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about their finances,
I
but I
think their
know,
finances are pretty good.
I know the supervisor is expressed like it when we met back in January, he
It was
dead set
absolutely
against
no.
it.
Is it because
Township
it's,
is this?
Wheatland?
Wheatland.
Is that because this bridge only doesn't benefit enough taxpayers?
I think that,
I think
honestly, I think
so.
that is a lot of
I
it.
think so.
Given
That might be
how much
part of
it
it.
costs,
That might be
Yes.
part of it.
is that?
They
that's
don't
kind
wanna
of
put a
stance.
bridge in there, they would rather slap, they have, gotta stay politically correct, farming type of people thinking on the board that all of us pretty much can relate to, slap a culvert in there and call it good.
Right.
It's against the rules, we can't do that. That's why we had Eagle come out with the township people, the supervisor was not there, but a couple of their,
Right.
members of their board were there. And one of them specifically told me, it makes sense now. When the Eagle person was out there explaining
Why?
the sizes and looking at the upstream or the downstream structure, like, it was making sense to that individual, like, okay, I can see why we can't just throw a culvert in here. There was another individual from the township there that still was like, throw a culvert in here, it doesn't make any sense, so I think a lot of it is just that they don't wanna spend the money, because it's a gravel road that doesn't really go anywhere, it's only serving a few people, they would rather put the money on something that
I
is,
think there's only 2 houses on it.
yeah. So, it is what it
And they
is.
must have an alternate method of getting out to the highways or the,
I think 2 of them on the north side of the bridge.
Yeah.
Nothing on the south side.
The biggest, I guess, issue or squeaky wheel, we've gotten several calls from an individual that her father owns property on the north side of the bridge, but he lives on, I think it's Stewart Road,
Mhm.
south east of the bridge.
So you can't get
And he
to it.
has a pond back on this property that he feeds ducks multiple times a day at and fish. And he has to go around the block, and he's a very elderly old man, they don't want him on 127, and it's a huge inconvenience. He doesn't have a way to get to his property without going way out of his way. And then he has grandchildren that mow that lawn, they have to go around the block, and it's just a huge inconvenience.
And around the block is 127.
Yes,
You
yeah.
can take,
Yeah.
Stewart Road out to 127.
yeah, so, but.
Okay.
That's the update on that. So then, you're aware, Hartley Road west of Pittsburgh Road, we closed that. I have submitted, it's called a voluntary transportation preliminary review request with Eagle. That just is basically a request for an on-site visit with them. They come out, they look at the structure, they tell us, bank full width and what size we can put in there. For that specific culvert, we don't necessarily need Eagle because it's not flowing water. But the property owner that lives there is adamant he does not want any type of a tube put there. So I just invited Eagle into this so that if Eagle says we can put a tube in, we have backup. It's not just us slapping a
He
tube in.
wants a bridge?
He wants something that's wide enough with an open bottom. He's afraid of if we put a tube in there, it getting backed up with corn stalks, and because when there's a lot of water there, his field drains and he feels it will back up and flood his basement if we put a culvert in there. So I just wanted professionals to look at it so that we had a strong, stance on it and we
How
had
big
some
of a
backup.
culvert?
I believe it is a 12-foot span concrete box culvert now.
Take a lot of corn stalks, plug that up.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
So he
But-
doesn't want it replaced with what's currently there?
No, he does not want a culvert, an actual round
Oh,
culvert.
and you're thinking we could go to a round culvert?
Yes. So I just want Eagle,
Yep, yep,
I want a
okay.
professional to come in and say, this is what you could put in there, and then we would have.
So that's Cliff.
Yes,
So this is, there's no flowing stream.
No,
So there's only water that goes under the road there when we have,
enough water.
particularly
Significant
the
rain.
spring of the year,
Yes.
Heavy rainfall.
melt off, frozen ground,
Yeah.
high rainfall amounts, or it would have happened on June the 26th of 1978 when we got 7 inches in 10 hours.
Yes.
well, he has pictures that support it, that it's flooded there, it's been completely over the road there before, so,
That was probably the only year.
right,
The,
but,
what's his reasoning for not having a culvert?
not having a culvert,
The debris will build up in the culvert and won't
Yeah.
let the water through.
yeah, that's why he does not wanna have a culvert there, is because it will get plugged up with
He thinks,
field fodder.
he thinks a square structure
Will flow better.
would flow better than.
Yes. I personally think he's thinking, we're gonna slap a 24-inch culvert in there and call it good, or a 5-foot culvert or something like that. If we were to replace it, we wouldn't put anything less than 12 foot in there. We wouldn't reduce.
Does he know that?
I told him that, I'm like, would you be opposed to a pipe arch that was at least, 12, I don't want any culvert. I do not want a culvert in there. So I don't know,
He does not want a steel culvert, because
Correct.
isn't the concrete
Yes.
about the culvert
Yes.
still called a culvert?
yes,
He doesn't want a round steel culvert.
yes,
That box culvert's expensive.
yes. But it can just remain closed if
But
we're not gonna replace it,
A squash culvert
like a pipe arch,
have a lot less chance of plugging than a
correct,
Mm-hmm.
correct.
totally round culvert.
Correct. And that's what I asked him, I said, are you okay with it, like a squash one or whatever, and he's like, no, I don't want any type of culvert in there. Okay, so I just
Well,
moved
doesn't
on.
that mean a concrete box culvert too then?
Yeah, that's,
Technically, yes,
But
but,
that's not, yeah,
yes.
no, I'm being.
okay, so moving on, Waldron South of Hoxie culvert, that's bad and needs replaced,
Where is this?
this is south of Hoxie.
On Waldron Road.
Yep.
That is correct. This is 36 inch by 80 feet. So once again, we're just inviting Eagle because it is flowing water and we need them to come out and tell us what we can do. If they say we can replace it with a 36, we can do it with our own, we don't need a
Right.
township contract or anything. We really can do it all ourselves anyways because it's primary.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter
So
for
is
the
this-
township.
this is what, Pittsburgh Township?
That's probably
South of
Wheatland.
Ponce
Wheatland,
City.
that would be Wheatland.
Okay.
The other one is Woodbridge Road, north of Montgomery Road. It's a 60-inch by 35-foot long culvert. We've submitted an on-site visit for Eagle.
It's Woodbridge north of Montgomery.
Yes. And then Union Road west of 127, that's the one we were gonna try to sleeve with Corby. Corby came down and looked at it and it's completely collapsed. It's not
And it's-
sleevable.
It's deep too.
It's like 18 foot deep.
Hmm.
So we're gonna have to replace that, but once again, it's running water, we're gonna have to have an Eagle permit, so we've got it submitted to Eagle for an on-site review.
So,
That's 48 inches round by 82 foot long, and it's approximately 18 feet deep.
so as deep as that one is, about gonna take an outside contractor to do that project? No, we could
We
do
can
it.
do it. It's just gonna be a lengthy project and expensive to move all that dirt. That's why we were really hoping to be able to sleep.
And this is on 127?
Nope, this is on,
You-
Union Road,
Okay,
west of 127.
That'd be Pittsford Township.
Correct. And I have talked to my dad about it, but they have not talked to the whole board about it yet, because we have
Yeah.
no idea.
He asked me about it Monday night.
Yeah, he told me he did.
So it's a local road, I take it.
That is local,
So you need
local
a
gravel.
township match.
Yep.
Yeah, the county's got an excavator and they probably 20 feet or better.
The next one is Carpenter Road in Austin. That one, we have the stoplights up because part of the road has, collapsed. So we've got one lane closed down and we're using our portable stoplights, to allow traffic to still utilize it. We ordered the culvert back in May, on May 19th. We were informed 4 to 6 weeks it would take to build it. Joe called them and it's gonna be ready in 2 to 3 weeks from today. So our crews are planning on the week of the 22nd to start their prep. They've gotta build a spot for the crane, cause this one is going to be 63 inches tall by 87 inches wide by 94 feet long.
Wow.
So it's actually gonna come in 2 different sections. So we have to do some prep work before the culvert actually arrives. But we're hoping to get it replaced like the first full week of July.
so Carpenter Road, is that a primary?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was.
Safety projects, we submitted those. We'll find out later this year if we get it, awarded or selected. It was for the guardrail upgrades on Territorial Road. Somerset Township, we had a contract with them to pulverize roughly 2.85 miles of paved roads up at Lake Somerset. Extreme Milling finished that this last week. Last week they came in and finished it. We took a lot of calls. I don't know if you guys had any calls, but we had several calls. The supervisor at Somerset Township had a lot of calls. Sounds like there was not a lot of communication between the Lake Association and the township. And the township told the Lake Association like president, and the president didn't get that information out because people were up in arms. They thought they were getting gravel roads permanently. We met with Tim Shaw, Bob and Kevin and I met with Tim Shaw, I believe it was on Monday, so that we were all on the same page. And their intent is to repave them all next year. I sent them a contract for their board meeting tonight. It's gonna be between 1.2 and 1.3 million dollars to pave it. It's not just paving, the paving's gonna be around maybe 900,000, but it's gonna have to be 100% contractor, so, it's gonna be done by a contractor, so 100% the township's cost. But it includes like mobilization, traffic signing, the paving. It'll include cutting back the concrete drives, removing that and replacing that with asphalt. Any slope restoration like topsoil, seed and mulch, any shoulder gravel. So that whole, and construction, inspection and testing is included in that. So that's why it's $1.3 million. And it's 3.5 inches of asphalt. Our original one was for 4 inches, but the supervisor asked me if we could do less. I called our engineer, he said, absolutely, we only do 3.5 inches. He's like, we don't do anything more than 3.5 inches, especially in a subdivision. So I got his blessing, redid the estimate for 3.5 inches, and we got it down a little bit, so.
In terms of, mileage,
Mhm.
what do you have in,
2.85 miles,
okay,
and they're all teeny tiny little roads,
That's a lot to bite off, $1
yes,
million.
yes.
Did I hear that you are going to replace concrete approaches with asphalt? Aren't those homeowners gonna be up in arms?
They probably are, but that's generally what we do, that's what we did, I think, on Shannon Drive up there. We saw cut it back. We'd like to saw cut it 3 foot, but obviously if that first crack that they do in concrete, if that is, you know, within a little bit of that, we're gonna go back to that first crack, or 3 foot.
Right.
And we're gonna saw cut it, because you can't taper down onto concrete,
Right.
and because we're gonna be higher, it's gonna be super expensive to pour that back in as concrete, and then you gotta have the wire mesh in there for the reinforcement, and that's gonna be way too
I
expensive.
understand that, but are all those homeowners aware?
They're gonna be made aware.
Well, I hope, I mean, not
Yeah.
that it's my problem.
And
Yeah.
actually,
Wow.
that 3 foot's still in the right of way, so. we
Correct,
have
that
to-
is correct,
Yeah.
right, right.
Not trade township.
No, man.
Lake people are a little salty already, so now you're gonna take their
Yes.
concrete approach?
Usually, oh, I know, usually, they are just tickled to death that they're getting a new
New
road.
road,
So
so
I'm
that they-
hoping that will
that
help, like
over-
they've had
okay.
gravel for, 8 or 10 months, they're gonna be happy
You
with
said
it.
that they were having their meeting tonight, that's just a budget meeting tonight.
Correct, that's probably why he wanted the contract, that's probably why he wanted the information.
Okay, well, I won't show up for that one, I'll show up for the regular meeting.
Yeah. And that might be, they were meeting, maybe he might have moved, he told me he moved the township meeting to Friday, and they were meeting with the Lake Association tonight. So maybe that's what it is, you might wanna double check on that, but it was just gonna be, I think, a budget meeting. But anyways, so that's that. Hope we don't have a lot to go over after I get done talking. Hartley Road at Likely Road Bridge, we closed that. We had to, let MDOT know. I got a hold of Keith Cooper, he's like the big dog over the bridge program, and he kind of runs that whole critical bridge funding application, so I let him know. He said I needed to make sure it was updated in My Bridge, which is an online database for all of our bridges, before August, because that's when he pulls the information from My Bridge to score the bridges for all the applications. And he said, we wanna make sure you guys get as many points as you can get.
yeah,
So we did that, we got that all updated, so we're ready to go for whenever he pulls the information.
is there any chance, since the bridge has been closed?
Yes, that gives it extra points.
Yeah, but any possibility of speeding up the replacement?
No.
So the only hope to get that done would be to give it another shot next year in the legislature.
But even with that, because the process of the bridge design and all of the permitting that you have to do, you generally are 2 years out with that. The soonest you could maybe get it would be 1.5 years. So you're still gonna be looking at close to 2029 before that we could build it. If we got an earmark selected next year. The process, you can't, even though if we get the money or the earmark or whatever, you have to jump through all the same hoops and everything with SHPO and Eagle and all of their, I think it's NEPA too. You have to get all those permits and all that clearance, that it takes so long to design the bridge. It's not gonna really speed it up that much. But we can try, we can always try and hope that we don't have issues, But they have to build all the extra time in for like right away, if you have to purchase right away, and if you do end up having those mussels or something endangered in your stream, they have to relocate them. They can only relocate them in a certain time frame in summer. So if you miss the deadline to get that report done, then it goes to the next year, and you have to build a lot of cushion in there, but it's kind of worst case scenario. But if we were able to push it right through and didn't have any of those issues, it could be done quicker.
No, quicker would be better for everybody.
Absolutely. As far as operations go, the state crew's been working on mowing. state roadsides and coal patching as needed. They've been hauling gravel and limestone for the local contracts as well. The paving crews, we are almost done with our local contracts for paver patch. We've still got paving to do on Lake Pleasant Road between Reading and Black, Cambria Road between Lilac and Bigelow, and Cambria Road between Bigelow and Dimmers. We're expecting a signed contract from Woodbridge Township that you'll approve at your next board meeting for that Cambria Road between Dimmers and Bigelow. But it's about 1,550 tons of asphalt that we still have to put down for the local contracts. Crack sealing. Crack seal crew has been out. Currently, it's down. They've got parts coming and hopefully we'll have it back up next week. But they've completed Airport Road and McCullum Road. And when they broke down, they were working on Reading Road east of South Hillsdale Road. So they'll pick back up on Reading Road when it gets repaired. The roadside mowing, they started May 26th. As of June 9th, they've completed the east half of Amboy, Ransom, Wright, Jefferson, Pittsford, Adams, Wheatland, Scipio, and the north half of Litchfield Township already. So they're making very good progress on that. Gravel and limestone patching, the county crews started on May 20th. They started in Wheatland due to not having a contract yet for Somerset. They've since completed Pittsford, Wright, Somerset, Ransom, and Adams. They're working in Moscow today. They did have to pull off for a week to haul the gravel needed for that Lake Somerset project for the pulverizing. But they're making pretty good time with that. For the brining, they have the following townships all scraped and ready for brine, which is Wheatland, Jefferson, Pittsford, and Wright. The brine is behind, and they've got Wheatland done, and Jefferson should be completed by the weekend. And then they're gonna move on to Pittsford and Wright next week. Construction crews have been doing ditching and cross tubes as weather permits. Shoulders, Kathy will be happy to know that we have a belt truck out on Millens Road today repairing shoulders, and if they have time, they'll move to Mosierville Road. And then our last seasonal started this week, and total we hired 12 seasonals this year. And we have 3 or 4 of them on the crack seal crew for the summer. And that's all the updates.
At the Somerset Township Board meeting last month, supervisors said that they were going to bring up the Somerset Road paver patching and seal coating, and probably would give us a contract this month for that.
Okay.
That's kind of what I said.
When we met with the supervisor, he wanted the contract for the paving. He actually wanted to pave this fall. And we talked him out of that because we said, if you put a bid out right now to do it this fall, your prices are gonna be ridiculous because all of your contractors are full.
Yes.
If you wait till this fall and bid it for next spring, you'll get better prices because they won't have full schedules. So he opted for that. And I made sure when I sent him the estimate, I said, I know this is a contract, but this is an estimate. It's all gonna depend on where bids fall and where final quantities fall. We're gonna get you close, but it's gonna be 100% township. He did ask for an estimate for paver patch, chipping, and fog sealing all of the roads that could be treated with that maintenance for Lake Somerset. I told him, I said, that's gonna take a little while. It's not gonna be done this year. The contract, or the estimate will, but the work won't be. And I told him that I would separate, or he asked that it be separated per road. So that if they only have $100,000 to throw at it, they can pick and choose which road they want. So I've gotta find time to go out there, or our team needs to find time to go out there, figure out how many tons of paver patch for each road, separate it out, get them an estimate. This is how much it's gonna cost the township. So we have that to work on.
Well,
But I don't think it would be anything for this year.
as far as Lake Somerset though, the amount of money that's gonna be, they're gonna have to do some kind of a special assessment.
Correct. That's kind of what he plans on doing.
That ought to make everybody happy.
Either that or some
Plain
type of
people
bond.
want good roads.
Mhm.
I fully understand that, and I agree with him, I like a good road too.
And that's how